Hey, how's it going? It's Tiff here, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to create your very first wireframe. Now, if you're new to UX and you don't know what that is, then usually you'll notice that when you Google UX design, you'll see a lot of pictures pop up that show hand-drawn sketches or skeletons of websites and mobile applications. And what that is those are actually wireframes. So what I'll go over in this video is what exactly is a wireframe, when do you start a wireframe, what are the different types of wireframes, and how do you exactly get started. Now, what is a wireframe? A wireframe is supposed to be a very basic, simple drawing of your user interface. And the whole point of a wireframe is so that you can kind of brainstorm all of the ideas that you have and kind of organize the layout, establish visual hierarchy, understand the spacing, and kind of the flow of the entire layout of your website or your mobile application. And the reason it's supposed to be very simple is because you don't want the designers to look into the nitty-gritty details yet, like colors, font choices, all that stuff, because that can be really, really distracting. So the entire point of a wireframe is kind of just like brain dumping all of your ideas, just getting it out of your system, all your creative juices, and putting it on a piece of paper or software that you're using to wireframe. Usually in the design process, wireframing comes at the very beginning when you're brainstorming everything. So typically for me, when I get requirements from a project from a product manager or your client, for example, then I will usually do some research on the users, I'll do some competitive analysis, and I'll also do some research on inspirations. I always like to look at a couple inspirations first before I get started. Also a tip, I just shared a video on design tools that I use for inspiration, so be sure to check that video out. I talk about a lot of the different tools that I use. Now, there are different ways to do a wireframe and lots of different types of wireframes, and I'll go over one of them. You can just use a simple pen and paper just to start sketching. It's the most simple wireframe that you can do. Another thing that you can do are digital wireframes, and these are kind of low fidelity mock-ups that you'd hear a lot. Low fidelity is when it's very simple, there's no colors, just like black and white or gray, and you can use softwares on your computer or on your iPad. There's lots of different wireframing applications out there. What I typically use is a thing called GoodNotes. It's an app that I use on my iPad, and I really, really like it because it's just really simple for me. I like that they have different folders. A great way for me to organize all my information and save it and look back on later. Now let's get to the bulk of the wireframing process, which is how to exactly start. Usually when you start a wireframe, you have to ask yourself these two main questions. What is the end user's goal, and what functionalities are needed in this project or product? For the sake of this video, an example that I'm going to do is we're going to design a travel blog, which is my favorite. I love traveling, and I have a blog called Buoy Basics where I show you all my travels. So what better than to show you my process of wireframing a travel blog? All right, let's get started. So for this travel blog, what is the end goal for the user? I've written down some of the goals that I really want for the users when they come visit my website. So the first is to be able to find a specific blog post easily. The second is to be able to make my content very discoverable. The third is for them to be able to filter and look for certain places by location or activity. So all those things that you just heard, what does that exactly mean? You have to think of that in terms of features. So for example, when I said I want them to be able to find a blog post very easily, I'm thinking about navigation. Another thing is when I talked about how they wanted to be able to filter and look at the different types of locations or the different types of travel guides that they wanted to see, I thought of that in terms of categories. So now I'm gonna give myself a couple minutes to kind of just brain dump and put all of my designs in my wireframe. So we're gonna get started right now. A tip on wireframing when you get started is creating your own legend. I make squares with X's to represent images or lines for text. This way you recognize what each shape is on your rough sketch. All right, so I finished my wireframe. This is an example of one of my wireframes. And basically I just kind of show you here, there's a couple buttons, there's some images, the layout is a little bit different. And you can see there are lots of different types of wireframes I can do. I kind of gave myself the time to put all my ideas on all the different pages, and I can even work out the flow and everything. And usually after the wireframing process, this is when you will kind of ask users for feedback if you wanted to, or you can talk to the product managers and also ask them for feedback. And that's when people will usually start prototyping the higher fidelity and more detailed mock-ups on the computer. So that was my process for wireframing. I hope that this is really helpful for you. And if you want to see more UX video related content like this, be sure to check out the other 2 videos or 3 videos I have in my channel. I have a little mini UX design series. Other than that, I hope that you have a great day. Thanks so much. Again, I'm Tiffany, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Mwah.